The motivation behind creating this program was we had a consumer who kept getting hospitalized, and we came up with the intervention of trying to provide that person with a cell phone, and this greatly reduced the number of hospitalizations afterwards. Instead of relying on crisis services, they could call someone that knew them. And oftentimes, a lot of our consumers feel uncomfortable calling, let's say, a crisis line or a hotline because they don't know who they're going to talk to. They're also afraid that they'll be hospitalized against their will if they tell them how they feel.
This little phone right here has been my lifeline. I use this phone every night. I use it to talk to friends and family, but mostly for support.
They're able to get in contact not only with us, but they can get in contact with family members, they can get in contact with physicians, with other agencies, other services.
And be able to talk to us when they needed to talk to us, when they were in crisis, when they wanted to problem solve on issues they had. And a lot of our consumers did not have regular phones or regular cell phones that they could call us on.
Now they're able to reach out, where in the past it was them having to come into the office and call someone and have us assist them in calling. Now they can just pick up the phone, call, say, look, this is what's going on. We can problem solve over the phone.
The people here help me with my coping skills.
Like, I can call my case manager and talk about it. That's a coping skill. I can call my family and let them know that I'm anxious and this is what I'm anxious about, and walk through that. Reduce my anxiety about all the things that are necessary for me to do, and really, again, reach out to the support networks that I'm learning to develop.
If they have someone who knows them, who is familiar with the things they're struggling with, they feel much more comfortable talking to them. So that's kind of how it began. And then from there we expanded and provided Go phones, these cell phones, to all of our high needs, full service partnership consumers.
I think it really helps their self-esteem to be able to get those supports that we take for granted, and helps them to be able to feel proud of the skills and the accomplishments that they're gaining.
We've looked at the statistics in the last few years, and the number of rehospitalizations has dramatically declined, and we attribute it to our full service partnership program, of which this phone program is a part of that program.
I haven't been hospitalized for 3 years now. I've been able to talk to several different people, and they're all people that I know, people that I can trust.
It's developed a relationship where they're not afraid to tell us when they're having things go bad, because they're worried that they might get hospitalized, or that their child may be taken, or they may go into a locked facility or have to go into another kind of placement.
So for example, when a person goes into an inpatient psychiatric unit, that's probably the most costly placement that we have, even though it's temporary. So in a psychiatric hospital costs someone anywhere from $800 to $1,200 or more a day. Typical stay is 5 days. So if you're talking about a $5,000 hospitalization and you're able to reduce the number of hospitalizations, you're talking about a significant amount of money in exchange for the cost of monthly cell minute cards and an initial Go phone purchase. So you can see the dramatic changes. Now that's just the obvious cost, but what about the staffing costs, the time spent in ERs, the multiple appointments? So by reducing all of those associated costs as well as the hospitalization, you're really saving a great deal of money and staff time. The more you can do a preventative approach, the more you can reduce costly interventions. When you're able to save those monies for that, then you have more time and staff time and finances to continue to do those preventative efforts. If you don't do that, then you tend to just be putting out fires and trying to put a Band-Aid approach on people's symptoms.
I use the phone almost probably at least 4 times a week, if not 5. I have begun to work my own problems out before I need to call them, but if there is ever a problem, they're always there.
One of my graduates, she was really thankful that she had the phone during some of her episodes, because she came to realize that after several hospitalizations that she could utilize the phone in a way of getting that support before she gets to the point where she needs to go to the hospital and be hospitalized and evaluated.
We provide them the phones, and they get better by networking with each other. Total number of hospitalizations and hospital days has decreased dramatically through the full service partnership program. So it's a great success. It's preventative in nature. It also saves a lot of money, and it allows consumers to really access services, talk to people, and avoid costly interventions.